Out we go. When you throw the punches, your stance must be right as far as your pivot. You start off with your pivot, get on your pivot, and it's light. The jab goes like this. This is exactly how the jab goes. Jab.
Punching. But overall, I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather recently paid a visit to Terence Crawford's training camp, offering valuable insights on how to defeat Canelo Alvarez. During his time there, Mayweather shared the very strategies that led to his own victory over Canelo in their 2013 matchup. He advised Crawford to concentrate on speed, sharp defense, and precise counterpunching in order to exploit Canelo's vulnerabilities. Mayweather's experience and guidance could provide Crawford with a crucial edge as he prepares for this career-defining showdown against the bigger, more powerful Alvarez.
You bring the hook with it. You can go to the body. Jab. Just double jab. Triple jab.
At a recent press conference, Canelo Alvarez didn't hold back in his assessment of Terence Crawford's career. He claimed that, in his opinion, Crawford has yet to face any truly elite opponents. Canelo expressed confidence that he brings a level of skill and experience Crawford has never encountered. His statement wasn't merely bravado. It was a psychological tactic aimed at planting doubt and applying pressure on Crawford ahead of their highly anticipated showdown. Canelo's remarks reflect his strong belief in his own legacy as one of the sport's top fighters, and he appears determined to highlight the gap in experience between himself and his challenger.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
it's gonna
you.
be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that day.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same shit everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Max Kellerman offered a sharp analysis when comparing the two fighters. He emphasized that Crawford's jab has become one of the most effective weapons in boxing today. According to Kellerman, while Canelo once had a similarly sharp jab, it has diminished over time, giving Crawford a clear advantage in both precision and speed. Additionally, Kellerman pointed out that Crawford's tactical intelligence could pose serious challenges for Canelo, who tends to rely more on his natural size and power. This breakdown highlights how strategy and technique might outweigh physical attributes in this highly anticipated matchup.
Best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off the ring. But, early in his career, he had a problem with that and was much more comfortable counterpunching. But overall, I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford. What Canelo has is size, and as a result, physical strength and punching power. Canelo also has a great chin. But in terms of, if you want to go skill for skill, especially the recent version of Canelo, who's had to turn into a seek and destroy guy, who had to learn as his career went on to cut off the ring and not just follow guys around. Like Lara, Trout, Floyd, he followed those guys around. He had trouble because he's really a natural counterpuncher who wants you to come to him.
Nico Ali, grandson of the legendary Muhammad Ali, has openly expressed his support for Terence Crawford. According to him, Crawford's character and in-ring skills are truly exemplary. Arzali praised Crawford's dedication, discipline, and talent viewing him as a fighter worthy of being considered one of the greats. His endorsement underscores how Crawford's impact extends beyond his accomplishments, reflecting the deep respect he commands from boxing figures tied to historic legacies.
People with Canelo before Canelo's last fight, but then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight, and Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades.
Canelo Alvarez has acknowledged Terence Crawford's abilities with professionalism. He remarked that at the highest level of boxing, weight classes become less significant, as true professionals have the ability to adapt. Canelo emphasized his commitment to preparing with maximum intensity, recognizing that facing Crawford will require more than just relying on natural advantages. His comments reflected genuine respect for his opponent and an understanding that this bout demands peak conditioning and a well-crafted strategy.
Smaller guy, and why do I need to fight this guy? For you, what changed? Tell me about the moment where you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll do this. This sounds like a good idea.
No, if you're thinking about it, look how big turns this fight. It's a big fight. No, that's why made me change. But I've been in his situation before, jumping weight classes, and when you're a good fighter, that doesn't matter. So I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna focus on training very hard because Crawford is a very good fighter.
Yeah, tell me about your experience with that, because now it's reverse. He's coming up in weight. What could be dangerous? What aren't we seeing that maybe you see in this fight?
No, everything. He's a good fighter. Obviously, I know that, and I need to be careful. I need to be careful in everything.
Showbiz the Adult offered a balanced perspective on the upcoming fight. He praised Canelo's physical strength and the intensity of his training camp, noting how these elements have contributed to Canelo's consistent dominance in the ring. At the same time, he acknowledged Crawford's unique ability to read and counter opponents, crediting his wrestling background for adding depth to both his defense and offense. However, Showbiz concluded that Canelo's experience and natural size advantage might give him a slight edge in this closely contested matchup.
And Canelo uses his legs, he uses his core, and then his neck itself to lift up Bivol like Bivol was a featherweight. That is a huge representation of how strong Canelo is. When you look at his workouts, you can tell why he was able to do that. All these damn neck exercises that I wouldn't dare do. Okay, that stuff looks painful. The squatting and all that stuff that he's doing is exactly why Canelo Alvarez, honestly, is a strong fighter. He tried to do it again with William Skull. William Skull shook out of it, but he is a bull. Listen, Terence Bud Crawford is strong. He is, okay? And he understands leverage, and he understands those things because he wrestled. Honestly, very true. But Saul Canelo Alvarez is also extremely strong. Now, let me know how you feel in the comments below. We're in the zone, war room.
Urel Miller shared his personal hopes for the upcoming fight expressing a strong desire to see Terence Crawford come out on top. He highlighted Crawford's hunger and determination as key factors that could propel him to victory, despite any physical disadvantages. Miller downplayed concerns about the size difference, emphasizing that a motivated fighter can rise above such challenges. His perspective reflects a firm belief that heart and willpower often play a decisive role. In high-stakes matchups,
Crawford, huge fight September 13th. Who do you think's going to win that?
I'm pulling for Crawford in this one. I think people are underestimating his strength right now and his size. I think he's a little more hungry than Canelo. So let's see though. But I like both guys, but I'm a little closer to Crawford, so I want to see Crawford can take it.
many analysts have emphasized the critical role of strategy for Terence Crawford in this bout. This is more than just another fight. It's a defining moment that could cement his place in boxing history. It's defeating a champion like Canelo would. Silence any remaining doubts and significantly elevate Crawford's legacy. To accomplish this, he must lean on his sharp intellect and avoid taking unnecessary risks. His game plan should be grounded in precision, patience, and adaptability.
He understands that he has to be smart. And I think with this one specifically, it ain't just about being smart. He knows he has to look like he's never looked before, because again, if he doesn't and he beats Canelo, everybody's just gonna say, well, that's Crawford, you know? So I think he knows that this is the performance of a lifetime and everything has to look right. He knows in order for it to look right, he can't just go out there and let the dog go. The dog is, you know, he got to work his way up to the dog. Hey, show the clip real quick. I don't know if you showed it already, but this is the dog you're talking about right here, right? And so this is, I pulled this clip right here. I seen it on social media this morning.
Don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
And I pulled this clip, right? But this is Terence.
That's who he is.
He's not gonna swing on Canelo. He already know that part of the game. But what I asked you, were you ever trying to send a message to your opponents? He's letting you know, and it's no act. And that's what I really wanted to show, is that's not an act.
No.
That's not, there's 30 security guards.
I don't know, it feels a little contrived.
You think so?
I think a lot of people feel it's a little like.
Well, I'm glad you used a big word that most of us don't know.
Hey, I don't fight as good as you guys. I had to learn some big words, right, to make up for that.
Don't look it up. Just ignore what he said.
You need big words to get out of fights. You know, you need big words to get out of fights. But you know, okay. So case in point, our guy Hafey, sitting right there, producer extraordinaire. He had a picture of Terence Crawford in New York.
Crawford's ambition is unmistakable. He's prepared to take significant risks by pursuing a knockout against a larger, more powerful opponent. His success at higher weight classes fuels his confidence, having performed effectively at 154 pounds. He's already proven his ability to adapt to bigger challenges. While moving up to 168 pounds is a major leap, Crawford's skill set and prior experience indicate that he won't be out of his depth in this highly anticipated matchup.
Bud Crawford is taking his undefeated record, putting it on the line, daring to be great, to try and knock off Saul Canelo Alvarez from his throne and go and try to do something that no man has ever done, and that is to be a 3-division undisputed champion. That's a tall task. We know that Canelo Alvarez has fought fighters way bigger than Bud Crawford. It's actually one of the biggest talking points in this fight is the size. Canelo Alvarez has fought guys like Bivol. He's fought guys like Kovalev. He's fought guys like Billy Joe Saunders. He's fought really big fighters who are established at their weight classes all the way up to light heavyweight. And we know that Bud has come from a smaller weight class, being a champion all the way down at the 135-pound division into 140, 147. But as you can see in the tail of the tape, Bud is actually taller. Bud actually has a bigger reach. And quite frankly, he did most recently fight in the 154-pound division. And I don't think he will struggle to make weight to be at 168 and fight as a super middleweight. The question is, though, is bone structure. Who's going to carry that weight more effectively? We know that Canelo Alvarez has been in the weight longer, and as I mentioned, he's fought bigger guys. It's really something amazing for Bud if he's able to pull this off.
Edgar Berlanga shared an encouraging perspective on Crawford's mindset heading into the bout. He advised Crawford to stay true to the approach that has brought him success. Rather than attempting to overcompensate for the size difference, Berlanga pointed out that taking on a challenge of this magnitude moving up to weight divisions naturally levels the playing field. His remarks underscore that, regardless of the outcome, Crawford is demonstrating a fearless commitment to testing himself at the sport's highest level. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next time. For more information, subscribe our YouTube channel.